Yeah, just about. I'm excited to. I've just had a quick look at what the rosters are. We've got Skaven versus Undead game, so that should be interesting.
So I must admit, I have actually been looking quite forward to this as soon as it sort of it looked like um, this would be the matchup because I think both it's interesting players. Of course, we have lots of good players, but I also think like the teams themselves are actually quite interesting and quite interesting to match
There is a.
up. Like Skaven
Oh,
versus Undead. I'm sharing the Undead here for those who want to have a look. I think it's a fairly classic, let's call it Undead team. Not one I would particularly like to meet up against. I think those mummies and wraiths are going to be busy doing a lot of damage, and then you have the nasty ghoul to take care of any TDs. That should be quite the headache.
yeah, so one team has a really, really nasty ghoul, but it looks like one of the mummies must have died.
Yeah, it looks like that.
So that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, there's a few like scary players. It's mainly like wrestle tackle ghoul, couple of dirty players. We've got sneaky git, and then the super ghoul.
Yeah.
But the Skaven team,
Yeah,
they have a
I'm showing
superstar of
the
their
skating
own.
team. There is, I would also say it's rare to see a skating team with this high of a team value. But when I look at the players on the team, I can also see where the team value is getting there from. Like that's a scary red ogre, and that's a really scary gutter runner there. Five
You
AG.
can't stop that. It's got agility one plus and two heads. You can't stop that.
No, it's basically going to just be like a small cloud of ales odor scattering around the match. I'm looking. It will be interesting to see how aggressively he will use that because it has the potential of being doing something every turn, but it's also a fragile gutter runner with strength two, right? So it's also like you don't really want it to be down and start because I'm fairly sure looking at the undead team that it will get pummeled if it ever gets down, right? So it's a question
Oh
of
yeah,
like using it surgically, I would imagine.
yeah. Like if the ball is on the floor, this is going to get it. Um, if the ball is not on the floor, this will not be near any players.
Yeah.
They could even decide not to field it on defense.
Yeah, you're thinking for like a one turn shutdown.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be, it's got sidestep, it's got agility one plus, it's got two heads. It doesn't matter how you set up because it needs like what one, two pushes, and it's in range, and you can't screen it, and you can't stop it.
No, I think it's definitely like that will be a headache to sort of manage.
But that's the sort of player that Skaven coaches dream about.
Yeah, like even if like an elf player that is sort of like I think as an elf player you would love to have access to those mutations, right? But even as a like a what would that be closest to? Probably wood elf catch or something similar to that, like same movement, same strength and AV, right? So like as even as like a wood elf catcher, that would be an amazing player, right? Even without the two heads, which just makes it even more of a threat.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Um, I wonder what the next level up holds for this character. Um, Maybe it's just more armor, which would be probably arguably like the correct but more boring choice. I guess there's no real point going leap because it's already unstoppable anyway. Um,
So leap is more a question of if you don't want to go through like a lot of tackle zones or something like what is it called, tentacles and stuff like that. That will really pin you down, right? is more if you want to avoid that sort of thing, I would think. But even then, it's like,
Yeah, like even then, like when is this player ever getting tagged by tentacles?
well, if it gets tagged by tentacles, it will definitely be an issue, right? So I can see that we are. The match is now live. We have the match going on. Let's see. So there's probably been some inducements. I'm just going to see if I can figure out what the inducements have been. Doesn't look like...
one coach, and it's got to be a star. Most likely, I'd say, based on team value difference. Yeah. Is it
Ivan? Ivan.
Is it Ivan? Yeah. It is Ivan, yeah.
Yeah. So
Ivan is unbelievable for the cost.
Yeah. Yes, probably also what I've seen quite often.
Balling off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
That's actually something I'm a bit surprised by, that the Skaven team, in their really high team value, don't actually have any player that's got kick.
Yeah, you would have thought. I'm just trying to see if I can figure direct. No, I can't see who chose to be receiving or. But just
I imagine that Galentio won the toss and has decided that
tries to do a bit of damage before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you're going to get to the superstar.
Oof.
That's a great start, isn't it?
Yeah, that's first removal.
Oh, I did predict it, that the superstar gutter runner is not on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, they've also left the leader thrower out as well, so now the Skaven can just kind of go all in with their reroll. Oh God!
Wow. Nuffle is not. Wow. That's basically all the bonus bench off in one go.
I mean, I'm not surprised because it's Skaven.
True. But like, even
it's not surprising, but it's still just like that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
It's a atrocious start, to be fair. Like, it's like I've played a fair bit with Skaven myself too. It was the second team I ever bought, and like, you generally go for, like, if there's not free removals on the first turn, it's not completely bad. That's usually the going for.
Yeah, like you're hoping for one removal at the most. If it gets to 2 or 3, you're already like, okay, so on the back foot a little bit. Normally, even like 2 or 3 on the first turn is fine if the ball isn't safe, but the ball is also safe.
Yeah, so this is a really bad start for this game. Just for detail, for those of you who may be watching this and are not aware, so this being a semi-final, it means that if they are tied at the end of the two halves, there will be a third half, and re-rolls will not reset. There will be a coin toss-off for who gets to be defending or receiving in the third half. It's not a sudden death, it's not a golden goal, so they will play the 8 turns. And if it's still a tie at the end of those extra turns, the game will do a coin toss and the winner will then be assigned. So just for those who are... Because the attrition here might become a relevant factor at some point.
Skaven don't do well in long games.
No.
But as long as the superstar's alive, there's always a chance, right? So, I'm wondering, is this resurrection? Or if something dies, is it dead, or does it come back for the next game? Okay. Wait, can you hear me? Hello? I'm not sure if Archangel is muted or not, so I'll just keep going. Skaven looking to stay like nice and compact a little bit around the Rat Ogre, but also a little bit wide to stop the undead from just kind of shunting aside. So we'll have to wait and see. Not too many value hits are open here. I think Galentio is going to be looking to keep the mummies relevant and not in trouble. We don't want the mummies getting picked off.
That'll help the player move without risk.
I wonder what the Skaven's game plan is. I'm guessing it's just kill. I think it's got to be just kill.
Can you hear me again?
Hey, you're back.
I don't know. I think the driver just went haywire there. Sorry for that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, I think you're lagging again, and I think you might be gone again. Oh, God.
Ah, the Guild of Bandits and Affiliated Trades.
I don't know where he met.
It's all right. I'll just keep going. It's all good. I'll keep things going in the meantime. While Archangel's having some technical difficulties. Galentio deciding not to stand up any of the zombies near the Rat Ogre. So that's probably a good choice. It does mean now, though, that the undead are down 2 players because 2 of them are on the floor and not doing anything. It looks like the Skaven's going in.
You can't argue with that call, can you, Bob?
Trying to get rid of Ivan, the animal death shroud.
Is it any better now?
I can hear you again. Is the stream still up?
The stream should be up. Hopefully there's someone in chat that can confirm that. At least it looks like that. But yeah. I think it's...
It looks like
I got a new mic.
Stream up.
I got a new mic and it's doing a trick on my devices and drivers, so...
Right. I thought it was you having the stream up and then also having the stream up on Discord, and it was just kind of like the computer was like, "No, I'm done. I'm done. I can't handle it."
Well, I would say I put my laptop through harder things than that. Then you should be able to do that sort of thing. I think it's more. I like my new mic, but it seems to causing a bit of trouble with the drivers. I've experienced that. So.
Well, that's all right.
I see Ivan he survived his encounter with the glass.
Yeah, just about. It was pretty close. I think an extra 1 or 2 would have had Ivan at least in trouble. I'm a little bit worried now, though, just because of the Rat Ogre's in trouble now.
Yeah, but I would also say the cage is in a fair bit of trouble here.
I don't think it is, really. I think you kind of just... Because the Skaven... They've not gone, like, all in. You kind of just blitz the Rat Ogre off, bring in an assist for the sneaky git to get a hit. The cage can basically stay where it is or move forwards 1. And it's relatively fine, I think. The only issue is that I think Ivan, basically.
Ooh,
Okay. Roger's only stunned. That's very, very good for the Skaven that it's only stunned. And I guess it's kind of a good thing as well that one of the mummies has now been forced to go backwards. So now the undead don't have 2 mummies that can just keep pressing into you and pushing forwards.
yeah. I think the undead is going to be stuck in place, and I would still be somewhat concerned as the undead player that this game will sort of whittle your players around the ball carrier away at this point. It's a high risk move in the sense that the attrition that you're suffering as Skaven, it will be higher, of course, but it also means that you are putting a lot of one cheeky there.
That's very cheeky.
High reward, high risk.
Yeah, I think the Skaven going in is probably like a good decision because with the ball being safe, you have to slow them down.
Well, you either that or you just basically are consigning a TD to them, going like, "Yep, it's fine. You get one TD. I will do a 1 turn, and we'll go into second half. Hopefully, 1-1, right, with a less attrition." I prefer this version too because I think the odds of the undead being able to fend off this is definitely not guaranteed. It's so there is a good chance that you can actually force at least a good chance at peeking at the ball.
Yeah. Again, this is why I was a little bit sad that the Skaven team didn't have a kick player, because if they had a kick player and they kicked it deep,
oh yeah,
then they could have kind of played like this kick and rush Blood Bowl, and really kind of caused some problems. But because it was a touchback on top and it got super safe really quickly,
yeah,
I think like arguably especially after the couple of Kaz on turn 1 as well, I think I probably would have, even though it would have been like worse for the spectator, I probably would have ran away.
yeah.
And just not taken mummy hits for a few turns, basically.
The other players stood there like statues, with such easy prey. They swooped down myself.
Because at the moment, like, I don't think the ball is in any real danger, and I just feel like the Skaven are just going to get slowly, like, just chipped out.
Yeah, like, I know it really shouldn't matter that much, but like, just that one cheeky die down there, right? It sort of flips the situation quite a bit. Because...
yeah, a little bit of cheeky dice coming back this way with the uphill pushes.
Yep.
But yeah, like that like one dice from the skeleton the previous turn kind of... I mean, the ball was going to be safe anyway, but it basically meant that the Skaven were getting like one less Mighty Blow hit, which is really, really huge for the...
But it also takes the pressure off the left side, right? Like right now, the pressure is only on the ball carrier, right? And that means that they were more free to do what they wanted to do. Because
I'm surprised with that blitz. I mean, I get it. You know, you want to hit the gutter runner. Oh, actually, I take it back. There's a big hole in the middle. For some reason, I thought, it seems like a bit questionable because, you know, there was another hit there where the ball was going to be very safe, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, no, there's just a hole in the middle of the pitch.
yeah, I think he wants to get away from the Red Ogre, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I would also want to get far away from the from that Rat Ogre as well.
I don't think that Red Ogre is particularly a friend of anyone, but yeah. Yeah. I think, oh, that's a cheeky foul.
No armor break, though.
No. And fair enough, you got the sneaky git, so you're not really high risk of something happening unless you get something out of it. But also, yeah, it's low risk. You need to break armor and then have a 1-6. Well, yeah, to be sent off.
It probably means that, like, if the Skaven coach decides that sneaky git is probably in big trouble now.
Yeah.
I don't see it. If they decide to blitz that, I don't see it particularly living very long. So I think, I mean, I definitely think that the sneaky git there was Like if you break armor, then that's the Skaven defense is basically over.
Yeah.
I think it might already be kind of over anyway, but
Well,
it would be
it's a
more.
So for better or worse, with Skaven being the mobile as they are and with the players that they have, you cannot afford to give them 2 turns. You have to drag it to the last turn.
Yes, I saw your
Yeah, 100%.
And as such, yeah, I'm not concerned about the undead Wallace, at least that's what it looks like right now, making it to the back line. I'm more worried if they can drag it out enough that it becomes good for them.
There's only one word to say about
Here comes the rogue.
Yeah.
Does it get what it wants? I'd go left here. Oh, they've gone the other way. They've gone right. It does get what it wants.
Yeah. Oh.
Stun is not bad.
No.
See, the main reason I would have went left there instead of to the right is because I don't want the rat ogre near a mummy.
No. I think
Because,
he wants to
like,
force him to use the blitz backwards. Though I'm not sure, like you, that that's the best idea. I think.
yeah, I mean, I would want the rat ogre just off to the left because then it can like just threaten more stuff without being potentially blitzed by a mummy. And while probably blitzing with the mummy is a bit questionable, going like a bit backwards,
Yeah.
it could just be it's could be massive payoff because the undead don't need to move forwards anymore. They just need to hold their ground and kill Skaven.
Yeah. But right now they are like the 2 injuries are nice, as it always is, of course, but it's technically not enough. Like if they end first half with only those 2 being the injuries, they are in for a rough match for second and potentially third half.
Yeah, because I think that if the Skaven get the 1 turn, because it looks like they're saving their rerolls, and then they're going to have the leader on top, right? So let's just assume that
There's a good chance.
there's a good chance that the Skaven just get the 1 turn.
Yeah.
Then if the Skaven just go, okay, I'm just going to go and do it again, the next half, they go 2-1 up, and then they can kind of decide then. They're 2-1 up, they basically decide, do I gamble on, just applying a ton of pressure, or do I gamble on the overtime, or even arguably worse, for the undead, is if the second half turns up and the Skaven just run away from them, and then and can you stop?
So Skaven Daka is not that super common, but I think in this case, if you were to do Skaven Daka in second half, I have a hard time seeing this undead team being able to do anything to stop that, really.
Yeah, I mean, you put your mummies on the outsides to have strength 5 on the outsides, but all it requires is just 1 hole, and then whatever gutter runners are still alive kind of just run through.
But like you said, like that gutter runner with 1+ right, and you can have 2 players and it will still run right past you without any problems.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not including the Rat Ogre with Judd and Orc and Frenzy, right? So you don't want to get close to the edges either. It's
well, yeah, you just can't get close to the edges even with the strength 5.
Yeah, and even
just because of Juggernaut,
and also even stand firm, Juggernaut, you off the field like.
Yeah, block doesn't matter, stand firm doesn't matter, and as long as the Skaven have enough players, that's basically how they can just win this game.
That's why, like I said,
if
like 2 injuries is nice, but if that's all they get from this half, then I don't think that's enough. Because, well, depending on like one turn touchdown is never a guarantee, but it's if they get that, then I think the Undead will be strongly in trouble for second half.
Yeah, if I'm the Skaven here, I think the rest of my players are going to come down here into the fight, and we're just going to outnumber the undead down here and beat them to death, and try and get some claw removals, while those up there just go and sit in a corner and then get the touchdown. Because if the undead then start bringing players back down towards the fight, the Skaven are fast enough to kind of flip it back around on them. So that's what I'd be doing. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. Can't quite get the mummy without rushing with the rat ogre, which is a bit scary.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
you can
thinking.
definitely hit everything else.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on there? You're gonna try to take out the two corners, or?
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if that's an assist. I don't see what hits it.
I really want to know what the rest of that plan is, because by itself that looks not correct.
It looks bad, doesn't it?
Yes, by itself it makes me worried. I can see him sort of screening off the cage here from the rest of the undead, right? I do would like that thing. The marking I am.
I'm not a fan of the marking.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Now, that rat ogre is gonna have a 4+, and it fails. It's just gonna. No?
I think they're just going to gamble on the 4+ and not let it hit if it fails.
I would have
which is probably
I would have taken the hit. Because like that rat ogre, like 5 squares further down, now it's a threat. Right there, it's pointless. It actually, like, if I was hunted, I would maul that rat ogre now.
I mean, well, with what? That's the question. Like, what's really going to get there?
I would put a zombie to attack it, and then force it in my direction of the mummy, and then move that over. The next turn, you can bring it down. Because right now you need to focus on clearing off your cage, but by the mere fact you can just tag it with 2 zombies or something like that to sort of distract it, and then pull it into a position you don't want to be in next turn.
If I had a gold crop for every player I've seen lying on the field during my career, well, I could start my own team. You only need 1 million gold.
Yeah. I think he's I understand why he's concerned for the cage. I think he might be worrying too much of this.
I'm not sure if the cage is going to be safe.
Well,
it's a based cage.
Yeah, but it's also a cage which he doesn't have any tackle. He has sure hands, so the strip ball doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the corner. Oh, that's a chaos. The corner in which the cage is based has Dauntless, so.
But he should be able, like, to here, like, make the push to get him off. Like, he was even rewarded with a cash, right? So that means that the Skaven is now down to 10 players for the rest of the match. That is.
It's getting towards danger zone, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I'd say 2 more casts and they are in danger, really bad territory.
Ooh, there's another one. Oh, it's getting spooky. It's getting spooky now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the ref doing a job.
He's even doing what he's brave enough to do what he's paid for. That's unfair. How dare he?
No, we want the undead to get sent off there. We can't be having that.
No, I think it's only fair, to be fair.
Yeah, if
like,
they're gonna foul with the dirty player, fine, right? You get sent off, right? You foul. I would.
Yeah.
Did the sneaky get? Would the sneaky get us saved?
No, because it was an injury as far as I saw it. Yes, it was an injury.
I was okay. Okay, that's actually probably the. I mean, and also the dirty player didn't even mean anything there either,
No.
which is a bit of a shame. But at least the sneaky git didn't get sent off then.
Yeah. Now, the Skaven are getting into danger territory here.
I just realised that of course it's undead and they've got like a 14-man roster. They've got a massive bench.
So that's one of the perks of having the star player on top of it, right? Like, so even without the star player, they had a bench of 2, but because of the star player, they now have a bench of 3. And if they were to get even a kill on top of that, they would even have a larger bench, which is that's one of the challenges with playing against undead. You can't really rely on removing them.
Yeah, you can't really you can't cancel them out.
So this might be important, and it might be.
Ooh, huge KO.
That is that might turn to become relevant. Also because it was the good mummy.
Yep, and there's no kegs either, so it's a 50-50, and if that doesn't come back, that's
well, he will have
really
2 chances probably, because I don't foresee the undead not scoring here in next turn. So they're not going to score this turn. He's basically taunting me and going like, "Are you gonna get a secure TD now, or are you gonna run the risk and see what happens next turn?"
Yeah, I think it turns into a 1 in 4, doesn't it? It's a 25% chance that mummy stays out.
Yeah. If it does not return, that is going to be a huge one.
I mean, I think that just changes the game massively.
So he's not going for the TD.
No, it looks like a blitz with Ivan onto the Rat Ogre.
I think he's gonna take the Rat Ogre, yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen that they put the garden and they had the Dauntless at the bottom.
I didn't see the Gauntless, so that's really. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be the APOC. Gonna be the APOC.
Oof. Was that the special rule that actually?
Yeah, yes. You can add 1 more extra to the Umbrick. Let's see what goes. Oh no!
Oh, it's gone.
Oh god. Yeah, that was it. That was. Oh.
It was actually the special rule that got the armor break as well.
Yeah, it was.
That's really rough. Oh no.
Yeah.
Now the Skaven really have to hope that mummy stays out.
Okay, so let's theorycraft here. I think if you as a Skaven player here, more or less just need to let him have. I don't see.
Yeah, I'm running away. Like, I'm not going in there. I'm actively running away at this point.
Yeah, because you don't the attrition. But like, so you want to save your rerolls for shows you how much that we agree on this. I think.
Oh, then again, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because of the cage on the right-hand side is a little bit long, it is only a 4+ dodging, and there's Dauntless, and it's gambling on a 1D pow. So I can see going for it, because if you fail the dodge, right? If you fail the dodge, well, you fall over, you might get fouled, but it's a basic gutter runner with just Dauntless. It's not the end of the world. And if you get the POW here, which is not happening, a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm probably looking to maybe dodge out as well. But if I fail the dodge, I'm not really doing anything. I don't think Galentio is going to do a cheeky turn 8 foul.
No. I would keep the 2 rerolls and just go like, yeah, do your worst, and I will hope for the one, because basically this now comes down to the one turn touchdown, right? Like if Skaven gets the one turn touchdown, they are really still in this match. If they don't get that one turn touchdown, then it becomes really hard.
It basically just becomes like gambling on a withdrawn offense.
So let's see, if they don't get a one turn touchdown, you would be one down. You would go into the second half. You will draw out the score, and then you hope you will be the receiving party in the third half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And here you just want to do some extra damage to see if you can get rewarded. I would also say it's cruel to the Skaven that it's all been injuries. There's no KOs.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough, and the Apo not working as well. It's just it has just been like, oh well, I guess you don't win.
Yeah, shame like that sometimes happens, but then like that one turn touchdown, if that happens, and it's not impossible, or I wouldn't even say unlikely, that changes everything, right? That is what it comes down to now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if there's no one turn here, even though they've got 3 rerolls to do it,
Mommy stayed.
Out. If there isn't no one turn here, it's essentially Skaven have to just run away, hope that they can do a withdrawn offense 1-1, and then gamble on the overtime.
Yeah.
I think a backline here from Galentio is probably a mistake. Because you can't stop that gutter runner anyway. So I feel like you have to put pressure on the one turn itself.
Yeah. So his stand firm is off the field, right? Which really, of course, also is an issue for him. So you basically need to stop that push to get the gutter runner within. Does he have movement? No, he doesn't have movement actually. So you need 2 pushes. Not that it's hard, but you need 2 pushes.
It's got sprint though, so it only needs 1. Because it can rush 3 times.
Yeah, sidestep. Yeah, it's a sidestep on top of it. Yeah. It's gonna be hard to not have it be able to do its little magic trick, right?
Yeah, I like, you have to make it so that they, like the Skaven, have to push into a place they don't really want to be, just to make maybe the handoff a bit more difficult, make the most dodges possible, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's still probably going to just
I think like the worst risk the Skaven right now looking is the pickup.
Yeah, because the pickups are 1 in 9, and everything else is 1 in 81. Yeah. Wait, no, not 1 in 81, 1 in 36, sorry.
Yeah, 1 in 36 I think is more...
Like, the pickup is the 1 in 9.
Yeah.
And everything else is 1 in 36, pretty much.
So I would probably push this guy in here and then have a blitz in here. I think that's the easiest way of doing it.
I think... Oh, God. Without the Rat Ogre, this is a pain.
Well, the Rat Ogre would have definitely made it easier. So another trick that I've used in the past is like you take like this guy down here, and you basically
I don't see your stream on Discord, by the way.
Oh.
I think it died a while ago. But I'm guessing you're imagining the if we're looking from the undead side, the zombie lineman on the furthest right, you kind of knock that into where the mighty blow guard is, and then you kind of hit it from the side, and then you've made your like boxy chain push already in that general area, and then that sidesteps the gutter runner forward a
So
square to where the guard white is. Then you
for
kind of
those
just
who are on the stream, I will show my sort of idea here. Is that if you have a player here, you do a push in here, so you push that in behind where the storm woman with guard currently standing, and then you do a block the other direction, and then you can basically push the gutter runner out and outwards, and then you would be in a safe position. And you can do a catch on 2+, even if he's in tackle zone. So, but,
yeah, I think if it's in one tackle zone, which it will only be in one tackle zone, then it works.
I think with the lack of players and especially also with the lack of frenzy, otherwise there's the push in here, put him down here, and you do a block in here. But then you need a lot more players to fill in a lot of spaces over here to do the chain push around over here. But without frenzy, the frenzy is really missing at this point for the Skaven player.
Yeah, I still think this is relatively easy. You basically just need two dice blocks, and then you're good. It's just whether the Skaven coach sees that or not.
Yeah. It appears as if he's gonna try to do what I suggested, but he's gonna do it left instead of left-right. It should be the same effect.
The way I'm seeing this, I don't see it. Like I have my own vision of where, like I have my own vision of what I would do, and I can't see the others. I can't see the other options.
No, I think he's gonna take the top right one, and then he's gonna push him into the gap next to the gutter runner, super gutter runner now, and then the Stormvermin is gonna push him into the gutter runner. The only thing I don't particularly like about that is that he will need to get that space behind the the gutter runner and the mummy and the two zombies filled.
Yeah, it's a 5+ dodge. Like, it's a 6+ dodge if you don't do it first.
Yeah.
I feel like the initial part is fine, where you punch the dauntless zombie into the gap, but I feel like
the next step is the issue.
Yes, the next step is the issue, because I feel like the gutter runner should be where the guard mighty blow vermin is. The guard mighty blow vermin should be on the other side to punch it that other way.
Yeah, I would have. That's the way I showed, at least for the stream. That was the way I would have gone about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I saw that way, and then I'm like, I don't see any other way.
So far, so good.
Now his body can move freely.
Yeah, but now it's a 6+.
So this is where I don't like it.
Yeah, because it's just a 6+ dodge.
So for like where we are now, if the Stormvermin and the Gutter Runners had swapped places to begin with, right? I know the first roll here would have been probably 1 dice instead, but I still think it would have been worth it. Because right now you need to fill in that gap between the mummy and the zombies, and that's gonna be near impossible.
It's just a 33%, really, and it's just not good odds. And I think maybe they've figured that out now.
I would say that the pause of actions indicate that there is a let's call it realization that there's something they didn't think of.
Yeah. Or they're realizing that, oh, wait a minute, this probably should have been the other way around.
Yeah. Oh. But in all fairness, like having suffered all those injuries, it is hard not to tilt.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, there's probably some sort of tilt going on, at least a little bit. I mean, at this point, you kind of just have to realize that it's just a 6+ dodge. You have to go for it.
Swing the gutter runner down, fill the top space, and then take the other gutter runner and then just hope for the... What is that, 5+?
No, unlucky.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of unlucky, but yeah, it's just... All right, now we get to see how they play the second half.
Oh, and then when he gets back, this is not looking good for this Skaven. Like, we almost into something like the Skaven needs a blitz or something, and like scoring on turn 6 and hoping for a blitz or something like that.
Yeah, the mummies can go on the line now as well because there's just no threat at all from from the rat ogre.
So if it was me, I would do a Skaven Daka as much as like whatever you would call.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm running away here.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing the ball and I'm running away.
Yeah. Because you need to drag out the time. Like, the more pressure you can put on the undead to be like, you need to be in that sweet spot where it's like they haven't plummeted your team completely for a third half. So they want to push for that TD. So you need to give them enough turns to that, but you also need to give them not enough turns that it get rushed.
Yeah. I wonder how differently this game would have gone if after turn 1 in those 2 injuries, the Skaven just go, you know what, I'm just going to run away. And they just retreated the entire team back.
I just take the APOC, right? Like I know he had a serious injury before this. Now he has 2, but like with even with 1 serious injury, like just imagine that he had actually returned. Like it's two injury rolls, one of them being badly hurt. With the APOC would have been enough, right? That would have swung the match hugely at this point. I think it was the right decision not to have the 1-turn touchdown and the throw on the field. I
don't like this. I feel like that lineman on the line of scrimmage should have been on the other side. Because
if this is a blitz, it's basically over.
It's going to be a short kick to the bottom right because the undead team have kick, and that's where their ball carrier can get to it. And if it's a blitz, to get the ref, which doesn't help the Skaven at all.
I think we're gonna see a fouling. Ghoul fouling every turn from now on.
Oh my god, the Skaven have actually gone aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have blitzed. I think I would have run away.
Like I said, for better and worse,
a question that I asked you before, is this res?
No.
Oh, so if stuff dies, it's like...
Yes, so for example, this Rat Ogre who now got a serious injury more, it will have that for next season.
Oof.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So for better and worse, like it's nice to be going to the finals and playoffs and all that sort of thing, but it also means that there's like a bonus round of injuries for your team before next season. So it's like a nice thing.
Well, I mean, like they're gonna redraft, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
And it's 1400, right?
Yeah.
Which means that the entire Skaven roster is getting scrapped.
I think
keep that superstar.
I think, in all fairness, I foresee a fired Red Ogre.
Yes, I mean the Rat Ogre's fantastic. Don't get me wrong,
No.
but it's 100% getting sacked.
With
Um,
two nicklings for a new season and being like, what was it, 220 team value, you need to get down.
it's even more
Whoa!
than that. It's oh, that's a good foul.
You
It
are the
regens
call.
because of course it does.
Yeah,
I
of course
think
it
that
does.
player was sent
Oh,
off.
Argue the
well.
call on a 6 as
But I
well.
think the referee just
In all fairness, with the scaling lock up to this point, I don't think that's so completely unfair. I think that's justified.
It's balanced.
I hate the rule. I will argue that to any day of the week, but I think in this case, I don't feel sorry for the undead.
No, yeah. I also very much hate that rule. Um, but in this instance, it's not being a pain in the ass of the rule. It's being favourable in a good way.
Yes, it is tilting a match that is tilted in the right direction.
Yes,
Now his body can move freely.
but we're not going to tell GW that because they might try and keep the rule.
No, God. So back in the old days of Warhammer Fantasy, Giwi needed to. They were introducing Lizardmen back in the Warhammer Fantasy, and they needed to figure out how much points a Saurus should be for the Warhammer Fantasy, not for the bubble, but for Warhammer Fantasy. So what they did was that they lined up a rank of Saurus from one table side to the other table side, and then they moved them across the field, and then they had archers on the other side. And if the Lizardmen could make it across the table and win the first round of combat, they were priced right. That tells
That
you a little
doesn't
bit about.
sound right.
That sounds a little bit like Gavy's, let's call it, design philosophy. I was like, when I heard that from someone who has actually been a part of that Codex point card, I was like, no wonder they were so off priced that it was ridiculous. Like if that's the basis of how you define what things can cost, I can see how this goes wrong.
Yes, very much. Just like we're just going to ballpark it.
Yeah, I think in all fairness, like the funny thing was, I always found this, like, this is back in the day when Lizardman was the new codex that was released, right? Was that it was like, so you had a unit of Saurus, which was like, for any other army, they would have loved to have this unit in their army for the point cost they were, and for Lizardman, it was like, nah, I don't like them, they're not good enough. Everything else I have is better and better priced. It was like, yep, that tells you how broken this is. So the worst unit in the Lizardman army is better than anything else anyone else has. But sure, you don't want it because everything else you have is better. That sounds like perfect balance to me. But yeah, but
It's
I think,
classic, isn't it?
yeah,
Down the
but no. Let's see. Oh,
Come on, guys. Together.
and the problem is also here. That's one of the things to be mindful of, is that these rerolls, if we get a third half, are the same rerolls. There's no new rerolls coming from a reset of the halves. Kickoff rerolls, of course, are still added and applied, but otherwise these are the final rerolls that you have.
If it goes to overtime,
Yes.
do you get an extra leader reroll? Because it's once per half, and overtime is a half.
So here I would have loved to say that, of course, I know the rules so well that I could tell you the answer, but I will put it like this: we'll see.
Yeah, that's
Because that's a really valid question, which I do not have an answer for.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
That is,
Because
I'm inclined to believe no.
That'll do, player.
if the rats can, let's see, serial.
So if you wanted here, would you try to force the Skaven, or are you just happy chipping away the players?
I'm happy chipping away at players. I mean, I'd slowly but surely shuffle my way forwards, but like I'd just be going to kill stuff basically. Like I'm not moving from the halfway line, because the closer you get to them, the more they'll run past you. So I'm basically staying around this area and I'm just killing stuff.
Yeah. So you're thinking like as long as you can sort of still catch them if they try to run past you, you're fine.
Yeah, because at the moment, I mean, there's still a bribe in play as well. So, like, you don't have to do anything. You just kind of punch and foul stuff until it dies.
Yeah.
And then when Skaven have 4 players left on the field, they can't run past you.
Well, that being said, true, but I have a hard time seeing them stopping that Gutter Runner. But even if they don't stop that Gutter Runner, it's like, sure, you'll have 4 players for a third half, so it's like you are as a Skaven player, F if you do and F if you don't, right?
I think this next turn is the go turn.
So if you were Skaven, you would make your move across the field, or as the Undead, you would make the attack next turn.
If I was Skaven, my turn 11, I'm going forwards now. Because the only things that can realistically get a hold of that super gutter runner are the zombie that has tackle and the ghoul that has wrestle tackle. And the ghoul being all the way over on that left-hand side means to me that now is the time to go and hit the skeleton lineman on the other side of the pitch, and I'm going that way. Because the mummies, they're not catching up.
Well,
the zombies are not really catching up.
I would actually agree, and it seems someone is agreeing with you, because for better and worse, like
For better or worse, this is basically
the
your
key
only...
players is off center here.
Yeah, like you need to be making the move now because their tackles aren't going to catch up in time.
It's a bit early, but I think it's the safer option for the TD. So I can see why you would want to do that.
Yeah, because I feel like if you let the undead team like regroup properly and they have a tackle on each side and you're letting them keep fouling, I feel like very quickly it becomes a huge problem.
The
that player's moved backwards, so oh my word, full on gambles.
Yeah, I think he's trying to drag out the time a bit more for the TD. The problem is he can also do the math that is, if he makes the move right now, he will have to score at the latest turn 13, and that's a bit early.
Yeah,
but
I don't like the problem I see now is that I feel like it's going to get to the tackle players are going to get in the bad spots, and then it doesn't matter because you're not going to have the players.
Well, the problem from this game and player's point of view is that there's only bad options, right? It is like, do you think this bad option is better than this bad option? Because like all the good options are like off the table. With no without having the 1 turn touchdown, like there in it, like it's a question of like which of the bad scenarios do you think is less bad?
Yeah, I agree. I think, in my opinion, like the getting past them and maybe being forced to score early, I think that's worth it because then at least you're getting the touchdown. Whereas now I'm a bit more unsure on whether it'll happen.
Yeah, I think my concern at this point would be that it's sort of like the undead are in no position forced to make a play. That also means that they're not forced to use any rerolls. That means that they can sort of like, worst case scenario, that will be a third half. They will have all the rerolls. It's not likely this game is going to be scoring 2 touchdowns otherwise, right? So you are not pushed to do anything. Whereas the Skaven are pushed to do, like, they need to make something happen. One way or another. Like even the touchdown, which offers the counter touchdown, of course, but like they need to do something, and that means that you are more inclined to burn rerolls, which will be a problem in third half. And then you, on top of that, you have the lack of players and blah 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 and all that, all the good stuff, you know.
Yeah, like I mean, what I would do here is like, I mean, you've got a few options, but obviously, you can kind of shore up the middle, do some screening on this right hand side, bring the rattle tackle back as like a somewhat safety, and then what do the Skaven do? They've got no scoring threats. They get punched this turn. They have a screen to get through, which they can't get through. Like they are just, and then they basically just get stuck. And I think that's what's basically going to happen now. Is, but maybe without the screen, they're just going to get stuck now. Because I feel like if you're going to commit to the side like that, that you need to go there.
The problem is that you're signaling it, and that means that the that's...
Yeah, I think that the second you signal which way you're going, you have to have a scoring threat. Because if you signal which way you're going and you don't have the scoring threat, then what happens is they just shuffle over and punch you into even closer to the edge, and then you've still not got a scoring threat to kind of get through. So then not only do you have to get through them, you then also have to survive an extra turn.
Yeah. So the question is here, and I would maybe consider that, is if you take the Stormvermin and hit the Wraith, then you take the other to hit the Super Ghoul, and then maybe do the 3+ catch on the Gutter Owner and make a run for it. Did we just... Wow, Jesus. Well, that's a... Oh, I see what he's trying to do, and he doesn't get rewarded for it.
Are they trying to serve?
Yeah.
That'll help the player move without risk.
Yeah, broke armor though.
Yeah. I think it's a pity substitute for the removal, right? Even if it's a temporary one.
I mean, to be honest, I was actually, weirdly enough, I was thinking, is there a world in which the Gutter Runner would strip ball on this left hand side, like dodges out, marks the ghoul, and then you hit that ghoul with the mighty blow tackle? It would have broken armor, it wouldn't have killed it or anything, and then you would have kind of been in a scary position of, oh, I'm now near the mummies, but weirdly enough, the mummies and that side seem a bit easier to get through. Oh no.
Oh,
it's
God.
Quads. Quads. Oh no.
Oh.
If the Skaven lock couldn't get any worse.
Oh my God. That's atrocious. That's really fucking atrocious.
Is there any tackle that can get a hold of the super Gutter Runner? Because technically speaking, that Gutter Runner is in range to score, as wild as that seems. Oh, it's been powered. Oh,
and of course, in the first... Oh, God.
It has to go backwards. It can't go forwards because it'll get fouled. It has to go backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Oh.
That is actually sort of important. And he re-rolls it.
Are they
Brave
He
move,
rolls to
but
get the POW. I think it was worth it because now that probably has to go backwards as well.
yeah.
And he's probably still going to get fouled.
Yeah, I think the super one is going to get fouled. Right, that's a given at this point. That's right.
That player's a little short. Oh no, my mistake. He's
I don't see it not getting fouled.
going to make him
I don't see why he didn't follow. Well, maybe to keep it.
It couldn't follow there, otherwise then that the zombie lineman wouldn't have been able to get in for the foul.
What scores? Jesus, that's.
Unless they're going to do it with the ghoul runner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ghoul runner's going to foul.
No, it won't. I don't think so. It would take a 2+ to foul when you could just foul with the zombie, and while it's not as effective, you've still got a bribe.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Better to not roll dice. It lives again.
It doesn't even break armor.
I mean, it shouldn't break armor with a +1 to a foul assist.
No, but being Nuffle and the luck that I've seen so far, I wouldn't put it past it. So okay, this is what I would do if this is me. I would take this Storm Vermin, blitz this runner, and then make a run with this one and just pray and hope on the left side here. You need to. You can't wait any longer. We're back to there is bad options and there's worse options. That's what we are operating in here.
Yeah, we are. I think that is actually probably the only option. Yeah. Gets the knockdown, so that's fine.
And a removal.
Hey, finally.
Yeah. I would move the Gutter Runner, but not do the throw this turn then. The mummies are not going to be a threat, and everything else is probably too far away to be of any real threat.
I think what needs to happen is the Super Gutter Runner might need to sacrifice itself, which is a horrible thing to say, and basically just go like 2+2+2+2+2+, and just tag out the nasty wrestle tackle ghoul runner to stop it.
So yeah, it's already doing that. So I would bring this one over here to do some defense here. Put the thrower somewhere over here. Put this one down here. Then try to make a run for it somewhere down here. Or maybe over here to do some screening.
Oh, it's all through tackle though, I think, so 1.
It's going to be atrocious.
It's not even a pass yet. Oh, God.
Would have gone further ahead.
Oh, I'm being moaned at. Being moaned at to turn the heating off. 1 second. Oh.
Well, we'll put it this way. The Skaven are still in play somehow. Despite
they have a scoring threat.
They not even
finally.
They even they have a scoring threat, but on top of that, they're like the undead is actually not in a terribly good position right now to stop all the problems that they have.
The main problem is that the Skaven only have 1 scoring threat.
Yeah, well, if you don't get like the 4 color runners classically, right, are all potentially a problem. Various degrees of problems, but they are all problems, right? So which ones do you get rid of?
I mean, it's a 2+2+ for wrestle tackle ghoul to get rid of the only scoring threat, and then the Skaven have to come up with a new plan and find another scoring threat.
Yeah, but if you don't stop the like right now, this mummy is attacking the other, let's call it mini super gutter, right? If he gets the ball, he can he catches on 3+, and he dodges out on a 3+2+, and he has block and dodge, and he will be away from all those tackle zones. Players will tackle, right? So he will be more or less gone.
I mean, I don't want to hit it. I don't want to hit that one because if you don't get it on the floor, it's then in range. At the moment, it's not in range, so it's not actually a real threat.
Like I said, and the super gutter runner on top of that is like, yep, if he gets the ball, you're not stopping him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, again, it's not a scoring threat. So at the moment,
No. But if he gets down behind your players, you might be able to do what? Look at him while he runs past you, and next turn you can't stop him.
I think what I would do is I'm looking at blitzing the super gutter runner because I can just hit it, and then running the wrestle tackle back after the blitz to help out. But oh no, they've gone for the scoring threat. Well, actually, yeah, that's bad. It's still a scoring threat.
Yeah. But
it's much more of a weaker scoring threat now, though, because it needs to go into the end zone.
Okay, so
my question is, would you have taken the both down and not the wrestle there? And gambled on armor breaks?
I'm actually inclined to say yes. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, but I'm inclined to say yes.
So, I mean, both players have the same armor value, and one of them is
but
more
as the undead player, I have replacements. As a scaling player, I don't have replacements. Like, I know it's flipping a coin that potentially go against me and hurt me, but I have more to replace with than the Skaven player has. Like, I think at this junction, I'm pretty sure that I would like, basically...
I think the main problem, again, now, is the players with tackle are not in the right places.
Yeah. So like, if you feel like it and want to be brave, I would take my thrower, I would do a handoff to the gutter runner with sure hands and make a run for it. And then I would use the other gutter runners to screen.
I take it back. There is actually a fair amount of tackle. I just remembered of Ivan being Ivan.
Yeah. But the problem is, right now, your tackle is on the right side. That's why I don't want to go down the right side. You want to go, in my opinion, down the left side, because there's not enough tackle.
I think my plan is, yes, this. Hand off to Super Gutter.
Yeah.
Have Super Gutter just run straight through, and then have the two gutter runners basically have the one that's on the floor stand up, and then try and three.
Don't like that.
Oh no, I don't like that.
No.
Oh god. I would have ran straight through diagonally on a bunch of twos, avoiding as much tackle as possible.
Yeah.
And then I would have stood up this gutter runner with strip ball. I would have tried to 3-2 the other one out, and then stand on the other side of it. And then they've got no tackle and have to just go pow fishing.
Yeah.
Then again, this is looking much better now that I'm looking at it, because that is in range now.
Now that I've seen what you've done, it's growing on me. I actually feel like this is maybe not a bad play as I initially thought it was.
Yeah, because I always have to remember that gut runners can just score from wherever the hell they want, especially that one.
Oh god! If he gets armor break, no. Okay.
That was a brave foul. I don't know if I would have fouled that. I think standing there is more than fine.
Yeah.
But I do think now, actually, now that I've looked at the play, the undead don't stop this, I don't think.
I have a hard time seeing them actually stopping this, yes.
Even with two tackle zones, it runs through on twos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? I take it back. I like this play.
on closer review, this play has definitely grown on me.
Yes. And this way, you're not even allowing the opponent to just gamble on rolling powers either.
No.
I mean, I think Galentio might end up being a bit tilted by the end of this because ever since the first half, he's not even done anything to them. It's just tickling them, all the Skaven.
Well, in all fairness, I do still think he's a little bit ahead on the whole injury front compared to what he should have been.
That is true. If that pace of casualties would have kept going, Skaven wouldn't have had a team. So
I think that's one of my gripes against Bubble is that it is a game that suffers quite a bit from the whole once it starts to snowball, it really goes fast.
yeah, and also like I've had games where my opponents where me and my opponent we both had like 4 casualties in the game, but my casualties were like the last 4 turns, and their casualties were in like the first few turns, and it's like, oh right, yeah, okay, so it looks even, but it's not.
So looking at the dice, it's easy to say, but I would have blitzed the gutter runner.
I actually I like this blitz more from Galentio because what I think Galentio is trying to do here is try and stop this gutter runner from being able to use its broken stance.
Oh.
If that would have succeeded, that would have been amazing.
Yes.
Because
but
I think what Galentio's trying to do is Galentio's trying to force a jump instead of dodging through.
Yeah. So he can run.
Now I think you've got to they've got to run with Dauntless or they've got to run with Sidestep. I feel like you've got to either like put that in.
So if it was me, I would take the gutter runner, super gutter runner, and go out and then just do a handoff to the second super gutter runner and then just make a run for it. Well, you can also just do a cross. I would not do the going for it here.
I think I probably would have done. I don't know. It's a mixture between either just going through like this and then dodging some gut runners through and making a screen and making it so that they can't really do anything, or it's just hand it off and then run across, which is I think that might be the worst play. Now that I'm thinking about it, just because I think if you can get this other gutter runner through on a 2+, you should be able to make a good enough screen.
Yeah, I've had a hard time seeing the undead really being able to do much to counter this. Like you basically, like even like you need this last gutter run to Snake Eyes because otherwise it's like not gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything else of that is just cherry on top, right? But no, that's what. I was just thinking if she could have gone one left, but no, he shouldn't. Don't like that.
Unbelievably cheeky.
Cheeky, rewarded and everything, but cheeky. And then you attack.
I do like
Ivan.
that play though.
You're gonna attack Ivan. Come on. Why not attacking?
I don't think you have to tag Ivan. It's a rush to even hit anything, and
yeah, but why are you? Oh, you're not rerolling that.
That was greedy. 4-3 dodge to try and get a foul.
Especially like I don't like that's Sumpy over here. Well. So the problem with looking at Skaven and Undead at the same time, it's like 1 second you're looking at Undead, they can't barely move, and the other second you're looking at Skaven, it's like, yeah, that's far. Oh, you're right, they have knife movement, they will easily do it. And then it's like,
Yeah.
and that zombie looks close, and it's like, yeah, but it only has 4 movements, so it's not even coming.
That was the first thing that I did, right? When that gutter runner was there, I was like, ooh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That zombie's kind of close. And then I clicked it and I was like, no, it's not. It's nowhere near.
It's weird how 7 or 4 movement makes a lot of difference, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So yeah, it's gonna be a third half.
It is going to be a third half. And if the Skaven win the toss, oh, my word, it could actually happen.
Like in all fairness, if Skaven wins the toss, I would actually put this back in the. No!
Oh, my word. What a gamble.
Oh my god! You almost have to go backwards. Oh, left, yeah, left.
Yeah, I think left, yeah.
And then show hope for a good bounce.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh no!
Oh, no. It's not dead, but it's gone.
Oh god. Yeah, he can pick that up. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
think that might win the game.
I think that might be the game. What a swing.
I mean, it now comes down to, can Dauntless Gutter Runner roll a pow, pick up the ball, and get into the end zone?
You reroll.
I'm re-rolling that.
Yeah. We don't see like this. This is now the play that you are.
Oh, I think that might be it. I think that might actually be it. Now it's 1 dice at best against a blog.
And even has sure hands. Jesus, this is gonna be a.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Yeah. Oh god, that's rough. Oh, that's rough. I don't like those last steps there. I would have.
What a bunch of incompetent kids.
What do you
If
do?
I had my way, I'd flog them all.
I mean,
You basically have to take the gutter runner and just pound him and just hope that it's a 6, right? Like that's. I can't see any other like if it at least had been the ghoul without sure hands, that would have been a play to make, right? But with sure hands, it's you can't even use the strip ball. That's not within range even. But
yeah, and now also the Gutter Runner with Dauntless is in a position where, oh my word, it's happened. Oh my word! What? Don't follow up.
You can't follow. You
Don't
can't follow.
follow up.
No, and then not a bad bounce. Oh my god!
And it's a 2+2+ to score. What in the? Oh my word! The absolute BS that's happened in this game.
There's only one word to say.
Absolute BS that's happened in this game. Oh my word!
Sorry. You
Oh
And a
my.
removal on top for the successful greed.
really don't let them. They're massive. You can take your hand right.
I will put it this way.
Don't touch. That's it.
Again, we're back to. I think the Skaven fought the way to that cheeky chance there, but other than that, it's like the dice has been all over the place. Okay, coin toss to decide who probably is gonna win.
It looks like Galentio won. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did it do a toss?
I think they've moved the toss.
Oh wait, no, we're not even on that. We're not even
right.
at overtime.
That's right.
yet.
We're not in overtime yet. Okay, so Galentio technically has a bonus turn now to do nasty
A
stuff.
one turn.
Yes, the famous. Well, he actually does have a ghoul that is not incapable of it.
Movement. It's movement 8, and it's agility 2+. It's definitely doable. Skaven can't defend against it. They don't have enough players.
No, basically you just, I think at this point you just gotta hope that he can't do it, and then just try to save your players.
You need 5 players for the back line, which they don't have. They have 4 players for a back line.
Yeah.
So they have to. So instead, they can't do a back line. Then they need to do line of scrimmage and then stuff behind it to make it difficult.
Yeah. See,
Which I'm guessing is what they've done right there. Is the only thing they've got.
So my problem with this is that oh, I would. I know it's a risk that he could maybe make it 1-turn touchdown, but I would value the players that I have at this point higher. Like, we are down to like the final players, right? Like, all players at this point matters.
Well, it depends if you're going for glory, right? If you're going for glory, none of the players matter.
So I have to also admit that I'm the kind of person who think that 3+ is a risk, and I will consider it.
3+ is a risk, yet plays dwarves.
Well, I was going to say I played enough Space Marines to know that's 3+. Nah. Oh. If I could, generally I've been quoted for saying, like, on multiple occasions, like, if I could just do 3+ on 50% of the time, I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's always when you really just want it to work, it never does.
Yeah.
And I also think that putting the LOS as all 3 together was a mistake. Because now they don't need to use the whole method. They can just... Oh, hello. Perfect defense. Just tag the mummy and you're fine. Kinda. Yeah, just tag the mummy and you're fine.
Yeah. I just moved the defend line up behind them forward.
Oh, actually, I take it back. No. You can't just tag the mummy, because the mummy will punch you out the way, and then Ivan will run around and do it.
Yeah.
So you need to tag the mummy twice.
Well, what if you just put, like, 2 players on either side? Because you don't have the movement like the Skaven has to...
Oh, actually, yeah, because now they've... it's still doable, though. It's still doable, but now you have to do the whole method. The white blitzer with Mighty Blow and Guard.
So if the ghoul fails his pickup, will you reroll?
Yep, this is what I was going to do. The 1 dice here. I think now you're putting your rerolls in. So mummy comes in to punch into the hole. Oh.
You don't reroll that. You don't reroll that. No.
Don't do it. Galentio, don't do it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Right, correct decision. I could feel the greed, though.
The temptation, right? It's like, I'm this close, and if I just... So I have...
Oh, Skaven have got the ball.
No way!
Oh, no.
And now the undead is now 1 reroll down. Oh, God. Oh.
Well, it's still like, how many players are 1, 2, 5, 7 players on Skaven. 7 versus 11.
Yeah, I think the undead really wants to put all their players on the field and go like, yeah, we have a little bit more than 11, but we need them.
Please move that lineman to the other side, otherwise a blitz will bite you in the...
Proverbial.
Just... Yeah. Please. The ghoul with sure hands is on the other side.
But for better or worse, like, if you more or less have to put all the players up in the front and just, like, to screen off. in case of a blitz, because anything of a blitz, you just fall back, right? Like that's at least what I would do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But if you get blitzed, it's game over.
yeah, so that's why I would move my players up and go like if I get a blitz, at least I will have a screen that can hopefully.
The only player I'm leaving back is
the
the
thrower. Yeah. But we, however, got the answer that leader does not give you a additional reroll for the third half.
Which I guess is balanced.
I think it's fair in that sense. I'm quite happy with that being the.
Yeah, I think it's fair, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind it if it did.
No. This is high gamble, but I'm not sure for what.
It looks like they're going to go and hit something.
Yeah, and at least he wasn't punished for it. I don't see the removals as important at this point. Like you need. Well, so this is where like the game theory gets a little bit complicated in my opinion, because on one hand, on my experience is also like if you do fall back too much, you are also just giving the opponent free reign to push forward, and there's nothing to counter for them, and they can focus purely on pressing you, and it gets all backfire in that sense. Yeah, you sort of need to screen off the ball.
Yeah,
you're picking up with the gutter runner, right? Like bring back the thrower.
One of them.
You're not.
Yeah, I understand what you mean on the game theory. It's like if you don't hit them, then the situation doesn't get any better. But at the same time,
you can't reroll that.
If you don't hit them and they don't hit you, the situation doesn't get any worse.
True. That's the problem. Like. But I think from a also like. So since it's undead versus, I don't like all these rolls that are not securing the ball. If you don't pick up that ball, you are toast.
In so much trouble.
Yeah.
They picked up the ball. I suppose I
oh God, no. Oh God, no. No. This match is definitely alive.
How close? It's not too bad actually. Now that I'm looking at it, it's a 2+2+ to hit that gutter runner, and it's not even with tackle, and then it has to sidestep. Like it doesn't matter where it sidesteps to if you manage to roll a POW.
But if
Ivan can't reach it either.
So I would almost just take the gamble and take my ghoul and try to pick it up. Say like I have AG2, so it's a pickup on a 3+ with reroll from the sure hands.
Yeah, I think I'm probably blitzing with the ghoul, and then see where it sidesteps to. I imagine it'll sidestep like forwards and down, so you can't then just get the ball for free. You'll have to do a 4+. So it's, I don't know. Oh, it's so scary, isn't it?
So here's the thing. I'm quite happy that I'm watching this game and not playing it.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized there's a 2+2+ with the wrestle tackle ghoul.
Yeah.
And if that happens and the gutter runner goes down, I think that might be it, because then the other gutter runner, the other ghoul, sorry, can just 2+ and then 3+ pick up, and it's. But then again, how do you make it safe?
But the thing is also, the problem is that you're down. There's a tackle storm vermin close that is definitely a threat for you, right? And I think the problem is also here. I don't want to be pushing my luck too much with one reroll for 8 turns.
Yeah. like it would be amazing if you just did all the rolls and it worked, but at the same time, like
The fail state is terrible.
the fail state is terrible, but also at the same time, you can't make the ball safe either after the fact.
No. Here comes the blitz.
Ooh.
And it's 2 blitz. And it's not a 6. And it's probably a fallback.
Yeah, it's got to be a fallback.
Yeah.
Just squash him next time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would not follow up because if you follow up there, that's
You're
just
exposing yourself
yeah.
to unpleasant.
Oh, they've gone for it and got the pick up.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I feel like if you were going to do that, I think the guard mighty blow white blitzer needed to be tagging the tackle because now you're giving up a really, really big hit here.
Yeah.
Mighty blow tackle versus the best player on the pitch currently.
They're going for the ball.
And the question is, does it die?
How are they going to
It doesn't die.
They're constantly writhing around on the ground.
I don't know where Galentio gets these ghouls from. My ghouls get like tickled from a snotling and it just keels over. Oh, the superstar ghoul. It's getting fouled, isn't it?
I think there's a good chance that it will do that, yeah.
Yeah. It's got to run it down the bottom. It's going to come back up and it's going to stick the boot in. Oh, referee. Come on now. What are you doing? Why are you choosing now to have eyes? Ooh, didn't even want to risk argue the call, went straight bribe.
Pretty risky action, Bob.
Oh, the uphill double pow. Disgusting.
That was risky.
And the removal.
Better watch out. They're murderous little beasts.
That is quite a swing.
I also think... Oh, you're back. There we go.
Yeah.
At least... Oh, another uphill.
And it doubles. Jesus.
Unbelievable. If Galentio loses this, he's going to pull all his hair out.
Yeah. And I can't really blame him, in fairness.
No, I can't either. He got off to like the hottest start you've ever seen, and Skaven just seemed to be BSing their way into a win.
I think the analogy of like they put their claws at the table edge and then just bit onto the table edge and just haven't let go, and it's like the undead keep bashing them over the head like, let go and just accept your law, and Skaven are like, no.
I haven't lost yet. I still have some rats on the field.
Yes.
That'll help the player move without risk.
Yeah, because like in all fairness, like if the Skavens just start to surge forward here, it will be hard for the undead to actually stop them.
The undead need to keep Ivan and this wrestle tackle ghoul in a place where they can react. If those players get out of position and Skaven manage to make a break for it, then the undead are not going to be able to fix this problem.
I'll definitely put it this way: Galentio is definitely putting in the chips at the table and going all in.
Fouling with a mummy.
God.
Fantastic.
Oh my God. It is rare that you see a falling mummy, but apparently this was.
The last time I saw a fouling mummy, it was in a bronze versus bronze game I was spectating, and there was a mummy fouling Saurus with like no assists, and then the Saurus fouling something else like a zombie with no assists, and I was dying on the inside, but it was the most entertaining game I've watched.
Oh yes.
And watching a Croctogore with pile driver knock something over, pile drive, and get itself sent off, and it was
So I had a match
like.
with. Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, part of me wishes I was back in like the bronze level games, if I was also a bronze level player, because it just seems like such randomness and such fun.
It definitely does. So I was having a go with halflings being the OP race that they clearly are, and one of my trees got stabbed as I pressed the Nuffle because clearly the skill that the trees are missing is clearly stab, right?
It will finish in the
Yeah, they don't need anything else.
No,
Fans
no,
are
no.
much more dangerous than
Good old staff,
players.
and they'll be ready for anything.
Oh god, I don't like this. But then again, is there any other options?
I was gonna say I don't like this, but I don't see anything better. I like this is bad, but way better than anything else I can see.
They need a 3-2. Okay, they've got the 3-2. They now need a 4-3 from the Storm Vermin,
No,
the Blitzer. If they can get the 4-3 and get into scoring range, then they have to.
I would lead the storm. I would try to get the throw out.
No, I think I'd have done the 4-3 with the Storm Vermin, and just because like if you get the 4-3, you have a scoring threat that then the undead have to deal with, and then if they're dealing with the scoring threat, they're probably not dealing with.
The problem is so with a 4+3+, right? It is that you are basically looking for a 5+ roll, right? And in the fail state of that is a mummy that is on the prowl, and I'd rather keep that mummy in place than a 5+ scoring threat. Because so I see this right now, the undead is going to struggle to come back. The question is now more a question of can the Skaven in this turn sustain the ball, or are they gonna get hampered enough? And that's why I would have raised the thrower and made a, either go for it or just taking him taking some punches.
Well, I think that's also the problem as well. Like, I think if you don't do the 4+3+, if you don't do the 4+3+, this happens, and then not only are you in a bind, you also don't have a scoring threat, and then they're going to be forced to retreat again back to where the thrower is. Ooh. Let's burn the reroll.
So
I don't like that reroll.
No, but I can see why he wanted or needed to do that, but I don't like it.
Like, I don't like the reroll, but it's the same time of like then the Blitzer's free, and the Blitzer goes and runs away in scoring range or something, and you can't reach it.
Yeah.
Oh god, this game.
It is nice to be watching and not be playing.
Like, everything in my body is telling me that the undead are gonna win. Yeah. But I have that feeling that they're not gonna win. And I don't see how.
Not bad.
Yeah. I was gonna say they need to circle back. Yeah, they can't go up. Like, as much as they would love to, they can't go up through that side.
I do not see Skaven winning this.
No, but in all fairness, I would also think of the Skaven as in, if you just get a draw, right, you have a 50% chance of winning.
That is true. Like Skaven, they've got two options. They need to just hold out, get the draw, go to kicks, see what happens.
Yeah.
Or
So there's no kicks.
They need to get-
FYI. There's a random assigning on who got a bonus.
Watch this, Jim. As you wind these players up, there's
Don't
no
re-roll it.
stopping them.
Unity is strength.
Reroll that.
Is about to get punched
Oh,
above
God.
and below the belt at the same time.
That's not good luck.
Well, if they would have re-rolled the Dauntless, then they would have had to use the second re-roll. I think. Wait. No. Either way, they're still burning a re-roll there.
Yeah, they're very
But-
reroll, but it's unlucky that they get the one right. That's unlucky, right? And because the player doesn't have any good skills, let's say, other than the Dauntless, it is. I could be not correct. If I'm a Skaven player here, I would be hoping for either a bad roll
That's a
or
good
the
choice
dice. Close, so close to being a terrible dice roll. Jesus. Hoping for that one bad dice roll for the undead to really make a huge difference, or a bad play, or a bit of luck like that. Like you're just basically.
Well, at least they're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Slaw needs a hot dog emote's coming out now.
There's not going to be any, like, I don't think if there's going to be a touchdown, regardless, either way, there's not going to be a touchdown more. So whoever gets the touchdown is either going to win or it's going to be a toss.
Do you get to choose that with the admin stuff?
No.
Because I thought that, like, if there's a... Because I thought when it goes to the end of overtime, it does, like, well, I know the game itself does, like, a kicks thing where it basically rolls, like, 1d6, like, I don't know, is it like 5 times or something? And then it's just whoever wins the most wins the game. But I've never seen
only
it.
played in the challenge, and the challenge they also use the symbol match no tie format for the games, and the way it appears, I'm not saying it's how it works, it appears is basically that once the game is over, you get one of the two teams. The game randomly determines gets a bonus TD.
Punch the other enemy players quickly.
Yeah.
Before trying
So
any
here you take the gutter runner, you punch this one, and you make a run for it, and that's
That's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw
not
one.
optimal.
Yeah. I think it's just what if they can sideline Cage in scoring range.
Don't need you in scoring range. Just to start to push the line backwards, because if under start has to fall back at this point, I have a hard time seeing them catching the ball and making it a TD.
Okay, there we go. Now they just need a single 2+. Okay, they're in scoring range now.
Yeah, you gotta make a move with the Stormvermin. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful dog!
Oh my god. 2/4.
Do you do the 2+ to tag the sneaky get?
No. I don't see what really helps me. No. You definitely don't reroll it.
No, you don't reroll it. I think I would have done the same thing, because I feel like if you tag the sneaky get there,
So my
then
concern
they
is
have
that
to.
there's already enough players here beyond that sneaky get to tack down the cage and everything and make it really hard to get out of. And I'd rather have that extra player that that he needs to worry about that I can sort of fall back to and do a handoff to. Whereas now he's down and he's out of play. Like even if he's stunned on top of it, which makes it worse, of course. But like the mere fact that he's out of play, I wouldn't risk that for that player, because this case is going to get tagged down to hell now.
For my opinion, is that it was going to get tagged up to all hell anyway. I feel like if you manage to tag the sneaky git, it means that the super ghoul has to come in for the assist, the wrestle tackle does the blitz, and then you don't really have anybody to fully shut this all down. Now, though, because they've got the extra player, they can kind of do the blitz and also shut it all down at the same time.
That'll help the player move without risk.
Because, well, I mean, now they're in trouble anyway, but now they've also got the wrestle tackle at the back to be safe. But I actually think now that it is just, what, 4-4-3-2?
Yeah. I as much as I hate
and then another 2-2 on top?
Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
No, I don't like that.
Because now it's actually, I don't know. It's actually much worse now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, but for me, it's a question of if I'm on it here, I don't want the draw. I need that touchdown. Right, and this puts me in a worse state, or not ending in a state where I get.
I think
right now,
what you do
right now, if the Skaven were to fall back, right, you as the undead have a hard time forcing a play here.
I don't think the Skaven can fall back because of Ivan and the skeleton at the back. I think the only play here that I can see is ball carrier has to blitz the ghoul runner on an uphill, and then just 3+ to victory.
I would fall back.
The problem is I don't see how. I mean, again, you're doing uphill.
You take the Dauntless, and then you just do a single dice on that, and some. And the reasons also for the fail state of this is acceptable.
Yeah, that's definitely the safe play.
Because you are down to now, like, I want to get to the point where Galentio is not likely to have time enough to score if I fail at what I try. So I want to drag out the time as much as possible.
Oh. Fails the Dauntless.
No, you don't reroll that. You just have to hope.
I don't know. Oh, gets away with it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So what is it now?
My parents afraid.
That player is so close.
What's it now? So now it's what? 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2.
Oh God.
Oh, he's done it.
Congrats, that is some cojones that I do not have. He was rewarded greatly for this. Oh.
I mean, I would have done it the opposite way of basically just blitzing with the ball carrier.
I think you're thinking of the fail state. Like, if that happens, then it is truly over. Versus, like, it's not highly likely, but he has no rerolls, so he needs to power the player. Otherwise, he's not going down. Right?
Oh, actually, yeah. You need minimum push. So I think you don't want skull and you don't want both down. So I guess actually I think doing it with the
Dauntless.
With the Dauntless to potentially also get the 1 dice is much better. So yeah, like, oh my word. But then also the Dauntless had to dodge away from tackle, which was a bit scary. And now it's up to Galentio to do a 3-turn
We're back
with
to
no
this
reroll.
Kick skill you talked about. I've heard good things about a kick skill. Do you think it could be relevant now?
Yes. I also don't see Skaven stopping this.
Like a
If the
blitz
ball
or
goes
something
shallow,
like that?
oh,
Wow, that's a
yeah, it's still a bit scary. Can they still get there? Okay, that goal can still get there. So just screen it off, pick the ball up, and then probably start hitting stuff after the fact.
So my most biggest headache on the player at this point would be that I don't have a reroll. That means that any dice I roll is risky.
Yeah,
A prone player is a
really, really, really scary. I do not like anything anymore.
No, I don't. I would have claimed territory.
Well, I mean, the Skaven aren't going to stop you at this point.
well done.
No, it's not
Okay.
so much stopping. It's more if they can delay, like delay enough. That's my concern. That's why I don't like all this.
He won't leave him alone.
In my opinion, sort of wasted dice on.
Well, I mean, I don't think they can even. I don't even think they can even delay at this point. Skaven coach having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see how Skaven are going to like stop this. It's now just can Galentio walk it in.
The thing I don't like is right. You're behind the middle line, and you have 2 turns to score. Right? They don't have more than anything. That's right, but you also now need to next turn claim territory to protect your ball carrier. Whereas if you had just claimed somewhat territory this turn, you would be in a much better position.
I still think it's fine. Like the ghouls got movement 8. Like the Skaven don't have any players. I don't see. Like if Skaven had more players, I'd be totally on board. I'd be like, yeah, you need to just take as much space as you can get your hands on safely. But when the Skaven have essentially 2 players on the field that can actually do anything,
but I can slightly turn the question around. What is it you're trying to achieve by not claiming territory?
I think you just don't.
I can see the downside to it, but I can't see.
I think you just don't need to. I think it's better to make sure the ball is safe, and I think it's better to make sure the ball's safe. Basically, make sure the ball is safe and that they have 0 chance of getting a hold of it in any way, shape, or form. And then because they've only got 3-4 players, you can take the space next turn. I know that Undead are a bit on the slower side, but they've got Ivan, they've got a couple of whites, they've got a couple of ghouls. They're not going. I don't think they're going to struggle taking the space.
No, I think I played enough elves to know that like even the safest of options is not foolproof, and they will eventually betray you big time, right? And then it's just like, why take the risk then?
Well, I mean, you look here, right?
This play here where it's like I'm doing everything that doesn't require dice roll to make sure that at least I'm in a decent position, and now that I'm going to do something with low risk, but it's going to help my position.
Yeah. See, like now they've taken the space. They've still got to their next turn. They're still, and they're like, there was 0 chance for the Skaven to do anything last turn. So I think like that's where I was coming from. Like as long as they can't threaten the ball at all, they've got so few players. There's literally no one stopping the progression on the turn that just happened. Then again, Skaven, cheeky 5+ now.
I was going to say I'm going to dive that case. There's no reason not to.
Good players on the field, Jim.
I think I'm doing the same thing. I don't see
maybe
why
also
not.
look at all the injured players and cry while I'm doing it, but I would dive that cage. There's no reason not to.
I don't think they're diving the cage
No.
because
Well,
that's not where you want the gutter runner.
You could also just cheeky remove the corner,
Look
right?
at that little
And then just
snotling
hope
attacking
that
the
snake
troll.
eyes on a block or something. Like, for better or worse, you are at the point in the game where anything fails, and it's over.
Oh god.
This goes down to the wire. No, I would have stayed.
Has to re-roll it. It's last
Yeah.
turn.
Is that a good tackle or a bad
Right.
dodge?
What?
Considering so many of the other dice, I don't think it's completely unfair that he fails that last roll there.
Didn't even re-roll it though.
Oh, he did. Didn't he?
Would have succeeded if they re-roll it.
Yeah, he actually didn't re-roll it. Yeah. I just took it for
Unless
granted. Of course, he would re-roll it.
unless the re-roll
No,
helps on the kicks thing or the
doesn't.
coin flip or whatever the hell happens.
As far as I seem to remember, the organizer of the challenge said it's basically the game just like the coin flip at the start assigns a bonus TD to one or two teams. There's no modifiers, there's no nothing. It's just purely random luck
On
who
the
wins
edge of
at
the
that
field,
point.
within grasping range of the fan.
Which cost me my team advancement, but that happens. Yeah, and then there's a TD, and then it's to
Here
my
we
best
go.
of my knowledge now a coin flip.
Okay, right. Now we get to see how this ends.
What a shot.
Galentio got the win.
Galentio got the win. Wow.
Congrats. That was.
Oh
literally
yeah, it was.
down to
Oh,
the
so
wire.
yeah, so it. Oh look, yeah, so look, it was just seeing the sudden death after the fact. I skipped through the thingies. So yeah, this is what's happened.
Yeah. So now they have graphics for it.
Yeah. There's graphics for this
Oh,
now.
I didn't see that before.
This is the first time I've seen this as well.
Cool. Yeah. Close.
So there's
but,
there's seven kicks, and then whoever rolls the highest on a d6 out of 7 gets the win, and Galentio managed to win it on the kicks.
that is
Wow, what a game!
down to the wire. Oh my god. Whoo! I am almost sweating here, and I didn't even play.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god. That was close. So, let's see if I update this here. I can transist to this. That was a very, very close game.
I'm exhausted. I can't believe the sheer levels of BS that was happening in that game. I do think that probably Galentio deserved to win it because of just it looked like Galentio was just always in control and it looked like Galentio was going to win it the entire time. But props to the crazy Skaven coach that made it at least what it was and extremely close.
I must say, like, from the dice point of view, I have no disagreement that Galentio was in control of most of the match, but I think that was to some extent due to the luck at the beginning. So I actually think it's impressive that the Skaven player, lack of a better word, remained in the match and was a threat until the very end, right? And then it came down to basically a random roll, and I think that's probably the fairest result to some extent, in the sense that I think they were so closely matched, the players, that it was hard to force a decision on the match, and at the end it was the luck whether it was the quick removals or the failed APOC, or now the rolls here at the end of the game that sort of decide the game, right? So
Yeah.
what really, really well played by both players. Like there is, I especially like, I like when you go like, yeah, this is not a good decision. I don't like this, and it's like, oh no, see what you've done. I might have to reverse my decision on this play. That is not something I often have to do, and it's generally a good sign that it is the correct play. It's like the default play that I would have done is usually like not perfect, but it's decent call.
It's a good play.
Yeah, and then when they go like above that, it's like that's not just a decent call. That is a good call, because it challenges my take on things, right? So, but yeah, that is really cool. Oh my god! So you can also see that they they're chatting away about the game, yeah. So yes.
Yeah. Oh god. Right, that's gonna have to be me. I'm shattered. I'm gonna take it easy.
The same. I need a smoke after this one. Yeah, so do I. And I don't even smoke. I need a bigger glass of alcohol. It's definitely needed after this. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on the stream and everything again. It's always a pleasure. And despite the game nearly giving me a heart attack numerous times, it was good fun.
Yes. I really enjoyed broadcasting with you, and there's a good chance that you will be back on Sunday for the other semifinals. So we're looking forward to that, and maybe even also you streaming again tomorrow. I heard a bird singing on the roof.
I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow. I am gonna go to the GP. Hopefully, I can get a nice early appointment. So it doesn't interrupt my streaming stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I'll update everybody on Discord and so on and so on. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Good. Then it's only left to say thank you to those who have watched, and thank you to the players for a very, very entertaining match. And hopeful to see you soon again. And bye, and thank you for this time. Bye.
Take care.